One of the problems with diabetes is there's nothing you can do about it. There are factors that I believe I contributed to with diet and things like that, but it's not something that you can control. It's something that happens to you. The treatment of diabetes and taking it seriously and taking responsibility for it, that really came home with the diagnosis for my daughter.
I was very nervous and just scared. It's super hard to just do stuff that a normal kid would do with diabetes. So like I can't run around too much or my blood sugar will drop super low. Can't be too lazy or it'll be too high.
We're diabetics. We're experiencing similar things. And so when she's getting frustrated with having to take her blood sugar all the time, she's having to take insulin before every meal. It's frustrating. It's something that's running your life. And so I can relate.
Yeah.
What
Also,
else?
I have to remind him to change out his needles because he never does that.
Well, I do it, but not as often as I should.
Yeah. It would be very hard if I did not have the Dexcom on, because then all the time I just have to be pricking my finger or just going around just trying to find stuff to clean my finger off before I prick it.
We can now measure blood glucose directly. I mean, not only just by pricking your finger, but we can now have continuous glucose monitors that as sensors just put under the skin so that we can monitor your glucose constantly.
It's really inconvenient to have to stop, go somewhere, check your blood sugar, and do all the things that you need to do. All you have to do is pull out your monitor or your phone and you know exactly where you're at. Not only where you're at, but whether your blood sugar is rising or whether it's going down. And so the constant information without having to stop anything, without having to quit what you're doing, helps you to take responsibility for your diabetes without having it be an interference in your life.
So where this science is now taking us is what I'm going to say is into a level of greater precision, that we can then ask even that much more specific questions about diabetes pathogenesis, about what leads to complications. And as we get those insights, we can then take some of these things back into populations and ask, are some of these pathways true at a larger population?
The fact that U of I has a department that is solely focused on diabetes research and developing new technologies, that means the world to me. They're gathering data and they're trying new things and they're trying to go in directions that they haven't gone in before. And I think it's absolutely essential, especially with the rise of diabetes that we have worldwide and the technologies that are available. I think the research has to be there.